recap what just happened up here, Leslie gave a report that the $3 increase is basically inflation, if you will. Now, there's some things that we have noted, which Leslie just talked about. One of them deals with Bright House. The increase, the annual increase should be about 5%. We've noticed that it's really posting around 7 to 8%. So we need to take a look at Bright House, meet with them, and find out what's going on. Okay?
Yeah, they changed that.
Yeah, it's Spectrum.
Today we got something,
Yeah,
with the new name. I forgot
it's
what
just
it
called
was.
Spectrum.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Maybe-
Bill, can I make a comment?
Yes, sir.
I went to Spectrum yesterday because I was concerned one of our residents tried to get a new box and was told they would not give her a new one, that they weren't going to honor the Bright House contract. So I went up there with the idea of trying to find out. I want to talk to a top level manager if it was possible and find out because I believe we still have 4 years on our Bright House contract, and I don't know why, just to give you a little info, I don't know why they would not honor it. And I'll try and get some more information by our December meeting. Okay, Bill.
Okay. Yes, John?
Bright House is going up 7 or 8% versus 5. Why is the projected number for 2006 a lot lower than what was budgeted for Bright House?
2016.
2016. Why was the numbers that we budgeted so much more than what was projected? I mean, I think it's $6,000. We're projecting $133,483 through the end of the year. $139,140 was budgeted.
Bill, is it possible that the reason we budgeted that much is that the contract hadn't been signed, a new contract?
No.
When the budget came out? I wasn't sure. I wasn't involved, so I'm not sure.
Question was, is it because the new contract had been signed? The answer is no. That has nothing to do with it. John, we will have to get an answer. Is that 6 or 7?
Million.
It's a significant amount considering we appear to be $12,000 in the hole for 2016 for operating.
Correct.
And budgeting 140,160 for next year, above 139,140, that doesn't seem like a 5, 7, or 8% increase, or a 5% increase, I don't think.
You're correct.
How many years are we into the existing 7-year contract?
I think there's 4 years left.
So why would we sign a new contract?
I think they signed a new one last year. Hey, John,
We signed one in 2013.
okay.
Betty.
Stand corrected.
Betty was on the committee in 2013.
How long is that contract for?
It should go through 2018.
Maybe we need a committee to look at the whole cable thing.
Yes.
49 out of $79 a month is the cable. I mean, that's a huge part of what the association is doing. And for the homeowners that aren't paying assessments that we have liens on, we're becoming a bill collector for Spectrum Bike House.
Yes.
And they don't even want to give us a new box if somebody wants a new box.
Well. Go ahead, Terry.
Bill Rennie at Atlantic has the contract.
I have the contract right here.
Well, the contract is a contract. our bookkeeper should know exactly how much it is for every year, and it should be easy to put it accurately into this little budget page that she sends out. This is not ours, this came from Atlantic. And it's kind of a jumping off point to figure what we're looking at next year. One year we actually used this as our budget. That was the year we somehow skipped having a meeting like this and being able to talk about things, which we need to do every year, of course.
Anybody want to volunteer for a committee? Bright House, Betty?
Thank you, Betty.
Betty in the very back.
I got a question.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed you a while ago. Go ahead.
I know two people on Hickory Lane. I've got their bills.
Yes.
According to the contract, my understanding, with Bright House, you get a box, 2 little boxes, and minimum speed internet for that $48 or $49 a month.
No.
No.
One box.
Huh?
No internet.
Cable's probably what it meant.
Just one cable box, right?
I'm sorry, say that again?
No internet in there, just cable and 2 little.
Basic cable.
Just basic. Okay, well then what I read, I guess was incorrect, because it said, because I went up to Bright House up on Bell Road, or just north of Bell Road, and it says a box, the 2 little ones for the TVs, and minimum, really slow internet speed for that basic $48 or $49 a month. People are not getting that. And so if that's not the case, then I stand corrected. But what I read there, and also too on somebody else, or on the original contract. So, sorry.
What we should be getting is what's called bulk rate. And that bulk rate includes, basic extended cable, a box or converter box. I don't know about the 2 little ones anymore after that.
It's supposed to be 2 little ones.
Yeah, I got
The 2 little ones go to the actual TV.
Right.
They got a term for it. But the bottom line, my question is, what if you don't want cable? You're paying for it. It's $140,000 a year.
Correct.
And it would drop the association dues by about $50 a month.
Correct. One of the ideas, what we wanted to set up in having this type of meeting was to entertain all the ideas. One of them being, well, several of them being out of the box thinking. If the general population said we don't want cable, that would be a good thing to know. Okay? In looking at the 3-year switch off. In looking at the 3-year spreadsheet, I began to see something that was not 5%.
It was more like 6 or 7%.
The contract I'm holding in my hand says 5%, which raises a flag in and of itself. The second was what had already been raised by Robert Springer and John, as far as how this particular Atlantic sheet has been put together. That's raised a second question. The third would be a general conversation, do we want to continue with Bright House or not? Well, that's going to take 237 people weighing in on that discussion.
Isn't that part of our, what do you call them, bylaws or?
Amenities?
I thought that we had to have that.
No, because for that money, we could have a fabulous name for
One ahead of-
10,000, 11,000 a month. This place would look beautiful.
I think all this stuff would be great for the committee to look at.
Yes.
And maybe what they, I would kind of be curious by a show of hands, how many people have a Spectrum Bright House bill above and beyond what they get through the association?
Oh, yeah.
Mine used to be $170 a month.
So perhaps the committee could investigate, is there a consensus that every homeowner unit has their own relationship with Bright House? it would take the HOA out of the Bright House collection business, that the assessment would go down, although overall, it's possible that some individual homeowners' bills may go up. But then we don't have all this guesswork about the contract, and they don't want to deal with, you know, are they going to honor their contract just because they bought out a company that had a contract? And I think the committee could also look at, you know, maybe get some actual bills from people that are willing to submit them, to look at them and say, you know, well, what are you getting and what are you paying on top of the $49?